to Worship Media. My name is Erica. Welcome to the program Ask Me Anything About Canada. Today we're talking about how hard it is to come to Canada, or how difficult it is to come to Canada. Basically, before you come to Canada, you have to pass the 3 criteria: education, experience, and English language. But one thing for sure, it takes time, it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a whole lot of money, especially if you are going through an immigration specialist. First and foremost, this is a disclaimer that we are not immigration specialists. We are not immigration specialists. We only give you general advice about Canada. When it comes to immigration, we give you general advice about how to go about it, as much as we have researched and know. If you need to go further, we would always provide, in all the series down the road, we'll provide numbers of qualified immigration specialists who are highly recommended here in Toronto, Canada. We'll always make that available for you, so you can go ahead and contact any of them. Another disclaimer is we are not being paid for this. We are not being paid by any immigration specialists. We are not being paid by any agents. This is just a goodwill service we're offering to people, especially people from Africa, specifically Nigeria. So this is just a voluntary service we're offering. There are different legal ways of coming to Canada that we're going to discuss about that down the line. I would like you to first go to the official Canadian website, which is www.gc.ca, and that's www.gc.ca. A link will be down at the description section down there. There's so many people, so many agencies, and so many immigration specialists that have similar websites, and they'll try to bring you to that website. Apart from the immigration specialists who are going to be recommending on the program, we're going to be working strictly on the official Canadian website, which is www.gc.ca. Now, coming to Canada is one thing. Arriving in Canada and living in Canada is another thing. When you arrive in Canada, you have so many things to battle with. You have to adapt to the place. There's language barrier for people that are coming from non-English speaking countries. You have to adapt to the weather. You have to adapt to the cultural change. You will have cultural shocks. You have to have a total different mindset when you're here. But the good thing about Canada, the beautiful thing about Canada, is there is freedom of speech here, freedom of religion. It offers you a good life, especially if you're coming as a family. There's equality here. You could get a very good salary, you know, if you have a good job, depending on that. You could make a lot of money, good money. If you have a good business going for you. There's beautiful healthcare for everybody, fantastic healthcare for kids. Free healthcare actually for kids, free for everyone, but much more fantastic for kids. There's access to anything you want here, and then the government protects you 100% once you're in Canada. That's the beautiful thing about it. We're going to be talking more about so many other things, and would like if you drop your questions either here in our YouTube channel, or you could go to our Facebook page, Worship Media. If you have any questions at all, please drop them there, so we'll have time to look at them and research into most of them if we need to, and we'll address it in the next program when we're going to talk. We'll always have a section to answer different questions. Now, I'm just going to give you a review of the different things we'll be talking about in the series to come. Now we're talking about Canada. I'm going to talk about so many things, but immigration is number one on our list, in immigration. But we'll be talking about several other topics. We'll talk about how to study, living expenses in Canada, working here, jobs in Canada, how to bring your spouse here, how to bring your parents or grandparents here, things that will shock you as an immigrant, the weather, cultural difference, especially if you're coming from a place like Africa, living as a student in Canada, working as a student, how to get work permits, the best cities to live in Canada, the most expensive cities to live here, the least expensive cities to live here, how to buy a house in Canada, best ways to invest in Canada, different kinds of business opportunities you have here you can explore, cost of living in Canada, life in Canada generally, things to avoid, legal ways to immigrate to Canada. The best side of Canada, the worst side of Canada. Feel free to send in any questions you have. Unfortunately, we've been getting so many phone calls, and because of the type of business we do, we cannot take everybody's phone call. We will take a few phone calls, but we ask that everybody goes to Worship Media on Facebook and drop your questions, or you could send us, drop your questions here and the YouTube channel. We'll attend to as many of them as possible. Now, we're just giving you tips and advice and things we have experienced living here in Canada for over 10 years. Please feel free to drop us a comment, like our videos, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click on the notification bell so you would get a notification as soon as we drop any new video. Share with your friends. We'll try to make our videos as short as possible. This will be punchy, short, precise. Thank you once again, everyone that comes to our channel. We appreciate you and hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.